Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WWTA News. To start off, it is definitely that cold season, and this sucks. But yep, runny nose and dry eyes. This sucks, and it sucks terrible. So I still got to get through this news. I hope y'all can bear with me. Maybe I can try to edit out some of the sniffling. And the tissue, blowing the nose constantly. This sucks. It's terrible. It's terrible, but the season's changing. We're going into the fall season. This is known as the cold season. Cold and flu season. So yeah, everybody need to be taking care of yourself. You need to be keeping your immune system up. If you have to, incorporate vitamin C into your help boost your immune system, do what you got to do. I myself have to do the same things. And just get through this little seasonal change. Yeah, that sucks. But anyways, I do have news, and I want to get into that news. So you guys bear with me. Let's get to the news. All right. Our first article is from the blog. It says, Binance CEO says EU regulation will become a global standard. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Binance CEO, he knows what time it is. Everybody should know what time it is. But the EU, right? European Union? Yeah, regulations are going to become a global standard. Why? Because all countries are going to be involved in the crypto space. Why not? It's the new system that's going to pull us out of the old system that's got us all destroyed this very day. Let's see what he's got to say. The European Union's markets in crypto assets, MICA, legislation is likely to adopt globally as the standard for regulatory oversight. Binance founder and CEO Changpeng Zhao said, the EU MiCA regulation will become a global regulatory standard copied around the world. Zhao, who is invariably known by his initial CZ, said at a panel kicking off Binance Blockchain Week in Paris on Wednesday. Right? We all keep up with Binance. We know who he is. And if you don't know, look it up. But this is an easy to understand. We have over here in the United States Coinbase. They have in every other region Binance, right? And so they're all doing the same thing. They're trying to be those major exchanges, and because they're so major and so much money's moving through them, they have to get legislation wherever they are. He goes on to say, he highlighted that the regulation benefits crypto entrepreneurs and businesses. Instead of applying for 27 licenses, you just have to apply for one. You will be passportable. Like a passport, you can go anywhere, right? MiCA regulates cryptocurrencies and service providers across the EU's 27 member states. European institutions reached an agreement on MiCA in June, and it has since generally been welcomed by the crypto industry as means to improve credibility and streamline an otherwise fragmented regulatory landscape. There is a group that's working on regulations coming out of the EU, the European Union, and apparently they have things set up and running smooth, and this is going to set the standard. Is the United States going to follow suit? Is the real question. That's what we really want to know, but I'm sure they're going to have to because, it originates there and it works its way around. So we'll be looking forward to see what happens with that. Our next article comes from CoinDesk. It says, Russian millionaire startup plans ruble stablecoin following the DAI model. Goes on to say, Alexander Lebedev, the former owner of Russia's National Standard Bank and publisher of UK newspapers, The Independent and Evening Standard, is starting a new cryptocurrency project. Isn't that nice, right? In DeFi, the decentralized finance DeFi startup he founded plans to introduce a ruble-backed stablecoin on the Ethereum blockchain. Co-founder and CEO Sergey Mendeleev said Wednesday at the Blockchain Life conference in Moscow. Again, right? Institutions, nations, banks, countries. We discussed this already, but they're all moving into this space. So what are we looking at again? More confirmation. Goes on to say Mendeleev, who is also founder of the Garantex crypto exchange, which is sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury, noted that the project has nothing to do with the Bank of Russia's digital ruble. Nothing to do with Russia's, right? And DeFi's crypto ruble will be decentralized, Mendeleev said. A trial version of the coin with minimal features is available for testing and feedback, he told CoinDesk. Now, this is confusing. Russia has a digital ruble. And so this founder of this exchange working with the U.S., right, working with the U.S. is we're going to reroute. We're going to take Russia's digital, we're going to reroute people from the digital ruble over here to this version. Because we're working with the U.S., right? Is that what they're saying? Because if I'm reading this correct, it looks like what they're doing is it has nothing to do with Russia's digital ruble, and they're working with the United States, right? I might be confused, but it looks like that's what we're reading, right? And as terrible as that sounds, I mean, is that what we're looking at? It's questionable right there, right? Let's continue. We got an article again from the block. It says, Inside BAKKT's mission to help banks offer crypto services to retail. Now, the retail space, it hasn't been booming, but it's going to go back to booming. But we've got to get through the institutional side first. Knowing that we have to get through the institutional side first, that's what we're looking for in 2022 and 2023. We got to get through that before we can get back into this. But let's see what they got to say. It says, since going public last October, the digital asset management platform BAKKT has been working towards enabling more businesses to provide crypto services to their customers, right? For example, in April of this year, BAKKT closed a deal with American Bank, which allows the bank's customers to buy and sell both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, looky here, BAKKT, what are you doing? What are they doing? They're bringing the crypto market to other banks and businesses and people, right? This isn't the institutional side. This again is the retail side, common stuff that we're aware of. The big banks, corporations, countries, nations, they're doing something right now which is major in itself. And now we look at the retail side again. This might cause a ripple. We might see a little pump from this, and that's just my take on it, because as they're working to engage more people in the space, that means more money's going to come into the space. To continue this article, it says, in this episode of The Scoop, BAKKT's Chief Product Officer Dan O'Prey lays out BAKKT's ambitions for the future and breaks down his company's strategy to help banks grow their client-facing crypto offerings. According to O'Prey, BAKKT hopes to position itself as the underlying infrastructure layer that enables access to a variety of crypto services. So it looks like BAKKT's trying to get in the middle of people to banks and business. And that's okay. They won't be the only ones to do that. But it's okay that they're doing that because it's going to help simplify things for people and banks. So I'm okay with that. That's pretty good news because it's going to help bring more people into the space. Next article, OpenNode receives approval to test Bitcoin payments in Bahrain. This article says, Bitcoin payment provider OpenNode will test its Bitcoin payment solution in Bahrain following approval by the Central Bank of Bahrain. The CBB launched its regulatory sandbox in 2017 to allow fintech startups to experiment with innovative banking and financial solutions under friendly regulatory oversight. OpenNode will leverage the central bank's regulatory sandbox framework to test its Bitcoin payment infrastructure. A successful trial will increase the adoption of Bitcoin-based transactions in the country. Thank you, El Salvador, for letting everybody know, don't be scared, use Bitcoin. I appreciate that. Mr. Bukele, round of applause. Now, Bahrain, if I said that right, they're in the space to do it too, and they're doing their trial runs. So it's coming to all nations, all countries. I told you in the articles I read last year that Vodafone, right? Verifone, or what is it, Vodafone or Verifone, whichever one is, the one that's in stores, Verifone, their devices in stores are already set to accept cryptocurrencies for payment. All they got to do is activate use. So in the United States, it's coming. It's coming. We're on a countdown. Will it be the end of this year? Will it be next year? We'll see, but it's already activated. I'm sure we might see something by the end of the year. We'll probably see more news, or we might see some activation in different stores and locations because we've got the cryptocurrency ATMs popping up all over the place. But to continue, it says, OpenNode CEO Afnan Rahman said, this is a watershed moment for the people of Bahrain, the Middle East, and the Bitcoin economy as a whole. OpenNode's leading Bitcoin infrastructure solution continues to pave the way for countries, governments, and reputable financial institutions to adopt the Bitcoin standard and transact on the Lightning Network. Yes, have fun with that if that's what you want to do, but just understand that once the door is open, because there's a lot of things going on in the background, Once the legislation's out there and the door's open, a lot of things are going to come out flying. And that's when I expect everything to kind of get crazy with institutions, money moving left and right. But I don't foresee the retailers, like common people like us, really moving heavy in that area because most of us aren't aware of it. So unless there's some advertisement popping on TV, on the radios, or on TikTok or Facebook where everybody's at, unless there's heavy advertising from states, countries, nations, we're not going to see that big retail push. But once you start seeing major advertisements, like back to back, they're pushing, get ready, hold on tight, because you're going to see some skyrocket numbers, right? But you're going to see some major numbers skyrocketing anyway from the institutional side. We're going to see that. The end of this year and next year is going to look good because of institutions. So we're going to see some crazy things. But again, I still think we're on a 4-year turn. So I think 2025 is going to be that height where things are stupid high. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that didn't get in by now, if they're getting in 2023, 2024, by the time they hit 2025, they're still going to be making some very good value. So I do foresee that. I suspect it based on the things that I've seen in the past, and I'm speculating on these things. I could be dead wrong. I don't know. I'm just basing all this on the information that I've seen and trying to understand and grasp the content the way it should be grasped to get a better understanding. So anyways, that's just how I see it. That's all the news I got for today. I just wanted to share all that with you. If you have any comments, thoughts, or ideas, anything you want to share, if there's anything you want to add to the articles that I read, feel free to get in the comment sections. Greatly appreciated. Other than that, you all have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.